Judy Cheeks, the soulful voice that danced through decades, silenced at 71 after a valiant fight. The pulse of soul and dance music lost one of its most exciting beats on November 26, 2025, when Judy Cheeks, the strong vocalist whose voice fired dance floors from the gritty clubs of 1970s disco to the pulsating heart of 1990s house songs, passed away at the age of 71. Cheeks passed away quietly in a quiet Miami hospital room, surrounded by the affection of her husband and closest relatives. Her fight against a rare autoimmune ailment, which she had fought with the same fiery grace that characterized her performances, had finally come to an end. The news, relayed compassionately by her longtime friend, Bill Schrader, on Facebook, resonated across the music world like a skipped heartbeat. Friends of Judy Cheeks, I'm very sorry to tell you that Judy died away, quietly in the arms of her husband on Tuesday evening. I held off on telling you until now so you could enjoy Thanksgiving before learning such heartbreaking news. I know that is the way Judy would have wanted it. Please offer up prayers for her lovely, kind spirit and her devoted hubby. Cheeks' retirement leaves a hole in the hearts of many who knew her as the woman who could drop a disco groove one moment and belt gospel fire the next, in addition to the charts and stages she previously controlled. Born on February 13, 1954, in the sun-soaked vibrancy of Miami, Florida, Judy was the daughter of Reverend Julius June Cheeks, a towering figure in gospel music whose soul-stirring sermons and songs in the Soul Stirrers Quartet molded the very air she breathed. Growing up in a family where hymns bounced off cinder-block walls and the radio crackled with Aretha Franklin and Otis Redding, young Judy learned early that music wasn't just sound, it was salvation, a way to lift the soul when life's lows sought to draw you under. Her father's legacy wasn't only inherited, it was enhanced. Daddy taught me to sing from the gut. She'd explain in interviews, her voice, a rich, resonant alto that could soar like a revival tent revival or simmer like a late-night slow jam, carrying the sacred fire of gospel into the secular blaze of soul and dance. Judy's personal flame flared at 19 with her self-titled first album in 1973, a raw, urgent compilation produced by none other than Ike and Tina Turner at their Bullock Sound Studios in Los Angeles. Judy, who had been found singing backups in Miami clubs, attracted Ike's attention during a Turner review scout. Her audition, which featured a fierce rendition of Proud Mary, secured her a position as an Ikette, the renowned support group for the review. Touring with the Turners was baptism by fire, bus rides through the Jim Crow South, sold-out venues where she'd slither behind Tina's cyclone energy, learning to command a crowd without a spotlight. Judy wrote, "Ike was tough, Tina was magic," in an oral history submitted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2010. They showed me how to own the stage, even from the shadows. Her versatility, gospel-rooted runs over funky bass lines, a voice that could whisper sadness or shout triumph, was demonstrated on the album, which featured a mix of soulful ballads and funky up-tempo pieces like As Long as I'm With You. Critics praised her smoky timbre and unshakable confidence, a sound that would blossom across oceans, even though it didn't chart high. Restless for more, Judy packed a suitcase and traveled to Germany in 1977 to pursue the European club scene, where American soul was highly valued. Munich's Musicland Studios became her playground, under the production wizardry of Anthony Mann, known for producing Amanda Lear's sensual synth pop. In 1978, their partnership produced Mellow Lovin, a disco-infused masterpiece that propelled Judy to international fame. The title single topped European airwaves and peaked at number 10 on the U.S. dance club songs list. It features a velvet rhythm with swirling violins and a bass line that begs for hips to sway. Performing it on The Rudi Carrell Show, a duet with Austrian crooner Udo Jürgens that mixed her soul fire with his Schlager smoothness, turned her into an overnight sensation. In 1980, she told Billboard, "Germany embraced me when America was still figuring me out. Over there, it was all about the feel, not the formula." Due to the album's success, she went on tours throughout the continent, performing original songs like Hold On to His Hand in venues like Olympia in Paris and Kit Kat Club in Berlin, with a gospel fervor that silenced boisterous audiences. When Judy returned to the United States in the early 1980s, she embraced her dance heritage and worked with house pioneers like Rory Nicole and Just Jez. With their throbbing beats and her soaring vocals, songs like Respect, 1987, and As Long As You're Good to Me became club standards, connecting the intimacy of soul with the exhilaration of dance. Love Dancin', a 1988, co-written with Stevie Wonder, was a pinnacle, a funky, faith-infused bop that sampled Wonder's own I Wish, earning her a Grammy nod for Best Dance Recording. After her death, Wonder, a longtime friend from Motown circles, complimented her on social media, saying, "Judy's voice was joy wrapped in velvet. Long before now, she danced with the angels. Rest, sister." She continued to be involved through backing performances, including a seductive turn on Boney M's Eurodisco successes, whispers on Stevie Wonder's Characters, 1987, and harmonies on Donna Summer's Cats Without Claws, 1984. Her superpower was her range. Disco lift for up-tempos, gospel depth for ballads, and a command of the dance floor that made her a favorite among producers looking for that soulful edge. Judy's playground was the dance explosion of the 1990s. Respect 1990 album, with its title track remixed by David Morales into a dance anthem, topped Billboard's dance chart for weeks. Its message of empowerment, give it to me, don't hold back, resonating amid the era's club culture. She penned music for Berry Gordy's Joe Bet Music, her lyrics blending love's highs and heartbreaks with gospel redemption. A main role in the 1978 Haitian film Caribbean Rhapsody alongside Rossano Brazzi, as well as TV appearances on Soko 51113, 1980, and Salzburger Nockerln, 1992, all showcased her personality on screen. Judy could light up a room or a reel, co-star Udo Jürgens remarked during a tribute in 2025. She was effortless. In the midst of the chaos, family kept her grounded. Married to her husband of 35 years, a music executive she met during a 1989 Berlin tour, they welcomed daughter Jasmine in 1992, raising her in a Miami home filled with record stacks and Sunday gospel brunches. Judy was supermom, Jasmine said on Instagram post-passing, touring Europe by day, baking cookies by night. Her greatest hit was her Love. Cheeks juggled work and family, taking a break for maternity leave before coming back stronger and channeling the passion of motherhood into songs like Safe in Your Arms, 1988, which she co-wrote with Betty Wright and went on to become a modest classic. The 2000s brought progress, while Danger Zone, 2018, and A Deeper Love, 2019, explored electronic soul with her voice a timeless thread across genres. True Love is Free, 2013, paid homage to house beginnings with guest appearances from Pose. Subsequent years saw acoustic shifts, such as Within, 2020, and Same Pain, 2021, which have a raw, contemplative country vibe. The uplifting songs Let Your Soul Dance and Hands Up in the Air, 2023, and Be Happy, 2024, a sunny groove that topped niche dance charts, were the results of collaborations with Pose. Her memoir, Love and Honor, 2015, honors her father, Reverend Julius, by fusing personal victories with gospel tradition. Acting persisted, cameos in German TV, voice work for animated specials. Early in 2025, a subtle illness struck. Tests on a 71-year-old who had a chronic cough during a Miami studio session revealed a rare autoimmune ailment, most likely dermatomyositis, an inflammatory condition that attacks muscles and skin with lung involvement aggravating matters. It's a lifelong battle, a July GoFundMe explained, raising $150,000 for therapies. Judy spent 3 months in hospital, 2 in ICU. Symptoms ravaged, physical weakness sidelining rehearsals, skin rashes flaring like fire, breath short from interstitial lung disease. Despite wearing breathing masks, she battled with melody, sharing hospital renditions of Respect, her voice uncompromising. Friends were taken by cancer, but this, I'll dance through it, she teased in an August video, wigs askew but spirit unbroken. November 26 brought the curtain, admitted November 10 for a flare, lungs full, muscles failing, cheeks rebounded momentarily, FaceTiming Jasmine for her birthday. "Keep singing, baby," she said in a whisper. She faded by, nightfall, surrounded by her daughter, husband, and quietly playing gospel songs. "She went peaceful," Schrader wrote. "No more pain, just pure love." Tributes flooded, Tina Turner's estate, and Ikette forever, Judy's fire lit our review. Family of Donna Summer. Her backups were my wings. Pose. Our muse dances eternal. Miami clubs were illuminated by vigils, and dancers performed freely to Mellow Lovin. Jasmine promises, Mom's foundation lives on. Music for healing. On November 26th, Judy Cheeks 71 danced as her voice had a timeless beat. From Ikette shadows to dance floor queenship, she moved souls. The beat rolls on, richer for her rhythm. Judy Cheeks didn't die on a stage. On the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, she passed away in a peaceful Miami hospital room with her daughter in one hand and the man who had loved her for 35 years in the other. The original demo of Mellow Lovin', the song that won Europe over in 1978, was playing on a portable speaker at a low volume. The autoimmune storm that had been pursuing her for the entire year ultimately caught up with her at the age of 71. Her muscles had been eaten away by dermatomyositis, her skin had become a battleground of rashes, and scar tissue had filled her lungs to the point that breathing was like breathing glass. However, Judy mouthed, "Let it play," and shook her head when the nurse asked whether she wanted the music to stop so she could sleep. That was Judy. The music had to continue dancing even as her body shut down. She spent her last conscious hours doing what she'd done her whole life, elevating the room. Don't you dare wear black to the funeral. I want color, I want sequins, I want you smiling like it's 1995 and we're in Munich again, she urged her husband, Christopher. She told Jasmine, "Baby, sing when you miss me. Avoid crying. Sing." With a raspy giggle, Judy interrupted the chaplain as he was about to pray, saying, "Reverend, my daddy already taught me how to talk to God. We'll be all right if you just throw on some soul stirrers." At 6:47 p.m., the heart monitor slowed. The final words she ever needed to hear were muttered by Christopher as he came in close. "You gave us respect, baby. Go get yours now." At 6:52, the cue flattened. 2 seconds later, on the last glistening string beat, the song came to an end, as if it knew its vocalist was heading home. Judy Cheeks was that person, a lady who converted gospel grit into disco gold, who brought her father's revival fire into European nightclubs, who backed up Tina Turner and Donna Summer, and then pushed forward to take her own spotlight without ever losing the humility of an Ikette who started in the shadows. In America, she never had a #1 pop single. She never need one. She taught people that a voice is not judged by charts, but rather by the number of hearts that continue to beat after the artist has passed away. She had floors full of people who felt noticed when she sang, who felt stronger when she struck that last glory note. Therefore, no one will leave when a club in Miami plays Respect at closing time tonight. A crowd full of strangers will suddenly feel like family when an aging DJ in Munich starts playing Mellow Lovin'. And somewhere up above, Reverend Julius Cheeks is finally having his duet with his little girl again. No more suffering, no more masks for oxygen, a voice that never truly stopped singing, an unending dance floor, and an open microphone. Judy, don't worry, because you taught us every syllable, the music continues.